So hello everyone, Jan Sloves here. I'm coming to you from AMP 2025 in Chicago. Starting to wrap up here. We're in day 4. I'm here with Dr. Miguel Montero-Baker. And we just wrapped up a DVA session that Miguel was the moderator of. And I thought that this would be a great opportunity to give everybody just a snapshot, a wrap up of what was discussed in the session.
Right. Thank you, Jan. So Deep Venous Arterialization, or DVA, it's a fairly novel technique that allows us to expand the care compendium into patients that potentially have very bad patterns of disease that before all we could do was offer a major amputation. And so by placing different stents and catheters into the legs, we deviate the arterial flow into the venous plexus of the foot, thus revascularizing in a way the foot. I explain it to my patients. It's like coming through the back door of the house. You can't get to the front door. It's locked. You go to the patio, you come from the back, ultimately lead into the house. And so what we're trying to do is increase oxygen in the tissue and be able to recover the tissue.
Right. And this is really, in a way, from what was discussed in that room, so many different techniques. Everybody's doing it differently. We're basically in our infancy here, and we need data.
Yes.
So where are we going with this?
Well, we're not walking. I don't think we're walking or crawling. We're probably still intrauterus. It's that early where we're just understanding who is a good patient for this procedure. B, can we standardize the technique? Mm-hmm. Where should the access points be? What should the goal of the procedure be? We need to create performance goals, right? How do you assess this patient? And I know that you love ultrasound. Mm-hmm. We need to develop what a surveillance program looks like. What are we looking at? Is it flow volumes? Mm-hmm. Is it resistive indices? Is it vasculature next close to the wound? Venous pedal acceleration or arterial pedal acceleration? All of these parameters are things that we're all thinking about, but we need to come together.
Correct.
We need to figure it out, and we need to put out the way that other people should be able to approach it.
For sure. Now, changing notes here, right? Your podcast, Life of Flow, really incredible. You're touching upon so many different avenues. Just how to get started and where is this going?
So Life of Flow is a podcast that I do with my co-host, Lucas Ferrer. Lucas is a vascular surgeon out in Austin. And Lucas trained under me, and we became really good friends after he finished his fellowship. And he was actually, I'll give him props, Fred. He said, you know what? I miss talking to you. And I miss being able to, after a case or after a complex day, grabbing a beer and sitting down and just throwing a little bit of conversation back and forth. And I think some of our conversations would be enjoyed by other people. And so we said, well, what can we do that would allow us to have more time together, that would allow us to converse about topics that we're interested in, be them scientifically or not? And what could that format be? He said, well, we got to do a podcast. Initially, it sounded like daunting. I've never had any experience in that, and I didn't know how to do it. But here we are, 100 shows in,
right?
And it's taken off. A lot of people are interested. And I even say we got a little bit of hate comments, and that sometimes is not bad. That means that you're getting notoriety.
Right.
But the majority of comments are great, and people's feedback has been amazing about it. So we're going to keep doing it, and we're going to keep sharing our very intimate thoughts in a format that's very relaxed, that is unfiltered. So sometimes we'll say something that some people may not love, but that's part of being raw.
It's real.
It's absolutely real.
And I like the topics. It's all vascular, but then it just goes right through everything that we're dealing with in life.
Yes.
And this is impactful.
Yes.
And everybody can relate to this.
We've done shows on psychedelic medicine for the treatment of post-traumatic stress disorder. Mm-hmm. We've gone into relationship management. Right. We've gone into asset protection. And then we go and we shift and talk about pedal acceleration, and we talk about stenting and bypasses and new technology. So it's a little bit of everything. It's an interesting potpourri. But if you're ever on the road and you have a little bit of a drive, I invite you to pick and choose a couple of shows and give it a chance, because I think that you'll.
I've done that, and it's very entertaining.
It's nice.
And you learn. I got to say, you learn a lot. You cover a lot of topics, and the diversity of the speakers has been really great. So lastly,
Well, before we move, you're
Please.
the next guest, right? You know that.
I definitely want to come
Okay.
on.
So
I
he's
definitely
going
want
to
to
be
come on.
on soon. Expect our show to be also hot.
So we are going to go deep into ultrasound, and he has a very stellar background where he has studied this intently. So I'm excited about that.
I look forward to that.
So lastly, Hope. This is an incredible center, state of the art. Let's get into it.
Hope Vascular and Podiatry, I would say, is the culmination of many years of being in healthcare and caring for people with chronic limb-threatening ischemia, secondary to peripheral arterial disease, and realizing the difficulties of care. These patients are out in communities. They are away from healthcare places. They have poor networks of family support. They have poor access to healthcare. There's so many things that get in the way. I practiced, I'd say, corporate medicine or hospital-based medicine for many years. Mm-hmm. And I remember that my capacity to bring patients back in for follow-up was somewhere around 30%. So even though I was doing these crazy procedures in the hospital, patients would go back to the communities and I never see them again. All to find out later that they stumbled to another hospital and then they cut their leg. And so I got to a point where I understood the necessity of having a decentralized care model that was of very high quality. The community care models tend to be somehow regarded as being poor or not great, but this is not it. We are going into the communities. We are bringing phenomenal physicians. We are bringing state-of-the-art ultrasound techniques, and we're combining that with the management longitudinally of the wound, the manage of the foot and biomechanics of the foot. And we also add hyperbaric medicine when we believe it's needed. So it's a one-stop shop, but of high efficiency, high quality, high level. But we go to the community instead of expecting you to come to a ivory tower where I'll tell you something as simple as a patient of mine says, "Doc, I'm sorry, but I can't pay $30 or $20 just to park. And I can't find my way around the medical center in Texas. It's impossible for me to come and see you. I can't see. I don't drive. I only drive to Walmart and back in my little town. So if you're not close to me, I'm never going to come to you." And so that's Hope, and it's surprisingly become very welcomed by our patients in our referring community.
It's tremendous. So where do you see this going? You're going to open this up even further?
I believe so.
Open up another center at some point?
We just hired our third, actually going on fourth vascular techs. And we hired another podiatrist, and we opened in Victoria, Texas. And in October, we're opening in another small city called El Campo, Texas. So like that, we're just going to perpetuate the model of care, having isolated places where patients can come and have their longitudinal care there by high quality physicians and techs.
Absolutely tremendous.
We'll keep at it.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So from myself and Miguel, and I guess all of our faculty and colleagues that have come out to AMP 2025, it's been a huge success the last few days. The talks, it's just been tremendous. So with that, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.